Hi guys, Stacia. So today I'm going to kind of talk about four key ideas that I use to cope with dystonia. Dystonia has been with me for 4 years now, going on 4 years, and 2 years it took me to get the diagnosis. It definitely was not the diagnosis that I wanted to hear. The fact, I think, the thing that was hardest to grasp was it was uncurable. But, eventually you have to just kind of come to understanding that that's where it is. And, I think finally I can say I'm finally here, where I'm able to grasp the fact that this is my condition and I'm going to have to live with this maybe for the rest of my life. But still at the same time, not give up because I have never been the type to give up. So some of the things that I use are the first one is listening to your body. A lot of the times with dystonia, with my dystonia, should I say, it's kind of everywhere, all over my body. I've noticed some triggers, so I stay far away from that. Some triggers for me is like the cold weather has been a definitely big trigger for me, or if it's too hot, changes seasons. My body takes a while to get used to that. Another is my menstrual cycle. My menstrual cycle is a humongous contributing factor. I'm not sure why. I've went to specialists, I've talked to my doctor. All of my tests just comes out pretty normal. So I don't know what it is, but my menstrual cycle is a humongous contributing factor. And certain foods. So those are some things that I have learned to just stay away from to help me lessen the amount of storms that I have. The second thing is staying positive and stress free. Stress is another contributing factor to dystonia, to any neurological condition, I believe. So, a lot of the times, it's best to try and stay as stress free as possible. And the best way to do that is by staying positive. Some things that I use to cope with that is meditation. Meditation is a humongous part of my life. Whether it's me storming or when I'm not storming, I do a lot of meditation. I do it before I go to bed. I do it when I wake up. I do it in the middle of the day, just whenever I feel like it. I pray and I meditate. There are some great YouTube videos you can find on ways to get started with meditation and learning just tricks on how to keep your brain clear when meditating, because I feel like that's the key to meditation. And hey, it helps you stay stress free. So give it a try. The third thing is find outlets. So I am a firm believer in finding ways in anything you do, not just with dystonia, but everything in life. Just finding outlets. For me, coping with dystonia, my outlets are my family and my friends, being able to talk to them. Another humongous contributing factor of who I am today and where I am today is my working out and eating healthy. I noticed that eating healthy has been a huge outlet for me. So I found groups that help me stay on track, online. Also, working out in the gym, it's another type of way for me to find an outlet. Anytime I'm stressed, I'm able to run, and it took a lot for me to get to running, but at the beginning it was 10 minutes walking, and then eventually I am now where I can run, and I love it because it's not only a meditation for myself, but it's an outlet to just relieve some of that stress of just dealing with everyday and dystonia. It makes me feel normal. So jogging is my type of stress reliever. And my dystonia site, my dystonia friends site, I love that site. It's someplace I can go to. It's on my Facebook page, and there's a few young ladies who own that and that site, and I go and I just kind of like if I'm ever stressed or ever just nervous about a storm, I go on there and I can just kind of be who I am. In this blogging, I love to just kind of come on here and tell you guys, my followers, what's going on, and being able to talk about it is great. So yeah, finding outlets, a wonderful way of doing it. Set goals. So this is something that I've been working a lot on, finding goals that I can achieve. I tend to be the type to push myself a little too far sometimes. So I've been working on setting little goals and working towards the big ones slowly. My first goal was to be able to get back to work, and I am finally doing that, and I'm so happy that I am. It's only part-time, mind you, but I love working with children, and I really want to get back into doing it because I couldn't stand just staying home and feeling like I wasn't doing anything with my life. So I set the goal of being able to work again, and now I'm working part-time. I have an amazing boss that's very understandable about my condition, and you know it's just been awesome. Last year my goal was to work part-time, and this year my goal is to try and manage my storms while working, and eliminating the amount of days that I have to call out, which I've been doing pretty well with that. So I mean, those are my goals. You can start with short-term goals, whether it be just being able to, if you're having a storm day, to be able to get out of bed, because sometimes that's a big goal in itself, mostly when you're storming. Another goal that I'm shooting for myself this year is to become more physically fit. With dystonia, that's not always the easiest thing, mostly when you're storming. A lot of times, if you are storming, if I am storming, I can't even go to the gym. So that makes it difficult. But when I am at the gym, I try my best to lift, do a little bit of running, all of it. But it kind of depends on the day. And it's actually quite funny because when I am lifting, sometimes muscles will start twitching or spasming. So that's kind of when I know when to lay off of whatever exercise I'm doing. So yeah. So those are some 4 key factors that I use to cope with dystonia. If anybody else has any ideas or would like to talk a little bit more, feel free to message me. I'd love to just hear your opinions and your thoughts on all this. So have a good day.